chapter 19. And it came to pass after this that Nachash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness unto Hanun, the son of Nachash, because his father showed kindness to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. And David's servants came unto the land of the children of Ammon to Hanun to comfort him. But the princes of the children of Ammon said unto Hanun, Thinkest you that David doth honor your father, that he hath sent comforters unto you? Are not his servants come unto you to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? So Hanun took David's servants, and shaved them, and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their hips, and sent them away. Then there were certain persons that told David how the men were served, and he sent to meet them. For the men were greatly ashamed, and the king said, Tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had made themselves odious to David, Hanun and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them chariots and horsemen out of Aram Naharaim, and out of Aram Maacah, and out of Zobah. So they hired them 32,000 chariots. And the king of Maacah and his people, who came and encamped before Medeba, and the children of Ammon gathered themselves together from their cities, and came to battle. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab, and all the host of the mighty men, and the children of Ammon came out, and put the battle in array at the gate of the city. And the kings that were come were by themselves in the field. Now when Joab saw that the battle was set against him before and behind, he chose of all the choice men of Israel, and put them in array against the Arameans. And the rest of the people he committed into the hand of Abishai his brother, and they put themselves in array against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Arameans be too strong for me, then shalt you help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for you, then I will help you. Be of good courage, and let us prove strong for our people, and for the cities of our God, and the Lord do that which seemeth him good. So Joab and the people that were with him drew nigh unto the battle to meet the Arameans, and they fled before him. And when the children of Ammon saw that the Arameans were fled, they likewise fled before Abishai his brother, and entered into the city. Then Joab come to Jerusalem. And when the Arameans saw that they were put to the worst before Israel, they sent messengers, and brought out the Arameans that were beyond the river, with Shophach, the king of the host of Hadarezer, at their head. And it was told David, and he gathered all Israel together, and passed over the Jordan, and came upon them, and set the battle in array against them. So when David had put the battle in array against the Arameans, they fought with him. And the Arameans fled before Israel. And David slew of the Arameans the men of 7,000 chariots, and 40,000 footmen, and killed Shophach, the king of the host. And when the servants of Hadarezer saw that they were put to the worst before Israel, they made peace with David, and served him. Neither would the Arameans help the children of Ammon any more. All right, let's go back up to verse 1. Now we remember yesterday, in the last chapter, David would conquer the Philistines, and he was conquering the Arameans, the Edomites, the Ammonites, and we see God was giving David great victory in all the land. And these are the battles that David was fighting. He had fought against the host of Hadarezer, and we find again that Shophach was the captain of the host. And this is during the same period of time. We'll find out that this was all going on these battles where God was giving David great victories against all the nations that were around him. Verse 1. And it came to pass after this that Nachash, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And it came to pass, around this same period of time, we'll find out that Nachash died, And Nakash means serpent. It simply means the snake, the serpent, and it refers to those that practice divination or sorcery or such. And he would be the king of the children of Ammon. And Ammon is the son, he was born also. He is the brother of Moab, and Moab and Ammon were born from the daughters of Lot by Lot. And Ammon refers to the nations, the tribes, the minis, the peoples, the nations, in reference. And we'll see that Nakash has died. He was the king of the nations, or the king of the people, Nakash, the serpent, too. And David said, I will show kindness under Hanun, the son of Nakash, because his father showed kindness to me. So David sent messengers to comfort him concerning his father. And David's servants came unto the land of the children of Ammon to Hanun to comfort him. And Hanun means to pitied. Hanun is a word we've heard many times. Hanun means pitied, to be pitied. He was the son of the serpent, the son of Nakash. And David sent his messengers to comfort him because of his father had died. And we'll find that. 3. But the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanun, Thank you that David doth honor your father, that he hath sent comforters unto you. Are not his servants come unto you to search and to overthrow and to spy out the land? So the princes, these ones who would rule with Hanun, those that were pitied, think that David has come to spy out and to take over the land, and but we'll find out that that was not the intent. Mercy was his intent. 4. So Hanun took David's servants and shaved them and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their hips, and sent them away. So now Hanun he shaves off their beard, he cuts their garments off up to around their waist, and he sends them away. And what this does is to cut off their beard. It would be to make plain their face, or make bare this covering. And to the Hebrews, it has a very special meaning. It's to take away a covering that God gives you to cover. And these garments here even represent the coverings that God give you. They cut them off up to the hips, exposing the buttocks. And this would be the embarrassment that they was caused. We would find that written in Kings 5. Then there were certain persons, and told David how the men were served, and he sent to meet them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, Tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. And there were these certain persons, who went to David, and they told him that, hey, look, how they treated these guys, and David goes over there to meet them. And we'll see that the king said, Tarry here at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. Tarry here at Jericho. The Jericho means the moon. It's symbolism of the lesser light. It's the city that Joshua and them destroyed when they first crossed the river. The first city that was destroyed, the great example that was made even at that period in time. See, at that period in time. And God said, this city shall not be built again. But we'll find out they did build that city. They did rebuild Jericho, that city of the lesser light. And God said there will be a price to pay for that. And there will be a price to pay for that. And really, that's what it's all about. See, that city of the lesser light. Jericho and Jerusalem at that time was much like Jerusalem and Samaria during the period of the Israelites. See, God was making an example then for the children of Noah who wouldn't listen, and God made another example. And God continues to make examples over and over. He says, I am God, there is no other, and he will rule with a mighty hand. 6. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had made themselves odious to David, Hanun, the children of Ammon, sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them chariots and horsemen out of Aram Naharaim, and out of Aram Maacah, and out of Zobah. And see, the children of Ammon, all the children of the nations, they saw that they had made themselves odious, baash, to smell bad. They wasn't looking good before David. They knew they had stirred up something. They wished they'd just left the stick alone. And David, against King David, and Hanun and the children of Ammon sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them some chariots and horsemen. They're going to go hire an army, these children of Ammon would, these nations, this 1,000. Now this is going to be the fulfillment. These talents weighed out for the silver, that which is going to pass through the fire. And they sent them to hire them some chariots, these machines of war, and these horsemen, men who would sit strengths out of Edom Nacharaim. And Edom, we know, is that those exalted ones, these ones that live in the palaces and the high places that they hew out for themselves. They are these Nacharaim. These are the palaces of rivers, and these rivers refer to these flowing truths, these dual of the rivers, these to understand all these flowing understandings. Macha, these would be the Edom Macha, the exalted, the palaces even of the oppression. These places where they oppress, they claim to have knowledge, and their knowledge is created in their own self. And out of Zobah. Zobah is that post, that position, that station, see, that place that God is going to make an example of, even all those that exalt themselves in much understanding. 7. So they hired them 32,000 chariots. And the king of Maacah and his people, who came and encamped before Medeba. And the children of Ammon gathered themselves together from their cities and came to battle. So they hired them, this army, these 32,000 chariots. 30. Now this is to complete the law. Now witness this fulfillment. See, on these chariots, these war machines, even those things that are dedicated for the fulfillment. And the king of Maacah and his people, and this king of Maacah, that place, those that oppress, who are encamped before Medeba. Medeba is that these waters of strength. Medeba are the waters of strength, or that even these strengths against fear. Then the children of Ammon, these children of Ammon, all the others, the children of nations, gathered themselves as well. 8. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the host of the mighty men. So when David hears of this, David, the beloved, or I call him the chosen one, he sent now to Joab. Joab is God his father. God his father. Joab is going to be the king of the captain of the host of all the armies. And he calls to him and sends him down, we're going to see, to go down to the battle. 9. And the children of Ammon came out and put the battle in array at the gate of the city. And the kings that were come were by themselves in the field. So now all the children of Ammon, they come out of their cities. And they set themselves all in array around about the gate. And gate always represents judgment, or where they gather in judgment of the city. That's that place with a guard. And the kings that were come were by themselves in the field. So all these other kings, the kings of the Edomians, they're just standing out in the open land. They're about the cities. 10. Now when Joab saw the battle was set against him, before and behind, he chose of all the choice men of Israel, and put them in array against the Arameans. Now Joab, when he sees these ones that come out in a battle, and it's all set against him, he can see they're in front of him, they're behind him. He chooses out of all the choice men of Israel, those that contend with the mighty one, and he sets them in array even, sets them in position for battle against the Arameans. And those are the exalted ones, those ones who come down from the palaces. 11. And the rest of the people he committed into the hand of Abishai his brother, and they put themselves in array against the children of Ammon. And Abishai his brother of Joab, is my father's offers, or my father presents, his brother, and they put themselves in array against the children of Ammon. and Ammon, once again, against all these of the nations about. That's what they represent. 12. And he said, if the Arameans be too strong for me, then you shall help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for you, then I will help you. And Joab said to his brother Abishai, he said, now if the Arameans are too strong for me, these exalted ones, these ones that come down from the palaces, they represent all the nobility from before, are too strong for me, then you shall come and help me. But now if the children of Ammon, all the children of the nations, become too strong for you, I will help you. 13. Be of good courage, and let us prove strong for our people, and for the cities of our God, and the Lord do that which seemeth him good. And with those words, the battle was pretty much on. This was Joab saying God will have his will, and God will work his way, and we'll find out whether the battle was given to us or them. 14. So Joab and the people that were with him drew nigh unto the battle to meet the Arameans, and they fled before him. So Joab, God his father, and all the people that were with him, they come drawing nigh to the battle. They wasn't waiting on the Arameans to come to them. They just went on down to the Arameans, those of the high places, those that come down from their palaces and their citadels, and we'll find that they just fled before him. 15. And when the children of the nations, Ammon, saw that the Arameans were fled, they likewise fled before Abishai his brother, and entered into the city. And then Joab come to Jerusalem. So when the children of Ammon see the Arameans fleeing from the battle, they do the same thing. They run from Abishai. They run from these things that fathers offered, even this battle. And they run back into their cities and hide. And Joab, God his father, returns, and he goes to Jerusalem, that place of peaceful teachings. 16. And when the Arameans saw they were put to the worse before Israel, they sent messengers and brought out the Arameans that were beyond the river, with Shophach, the captain of the host of Hadarezer, at their head. So now when these Arameans, all those exalted ones, all those ones that have come down from their high places, their palaces and their citadels, saw now that they were put to worse before all these that contend with the mighty one, they sent messengers and brought out the Arameans, all those exalted ones, all those high ones from beyond the river. And this river here is going to be the Jordan, we'll find out. That's the Jordan River, even these waters that descend, we'll find, from the throne, with Shophach, the captain of the host of Hadarezer. And Shophach is it's that which is spilled. It's like something that is spilled, or it's been poured out. He's the captain of the host of Hadarezer, and this captain of the host is to be over all the host of the armies of Hadarezer. And Hadarezer, remember, he was that splendor of support. He was that ornament even of support, that which would represent help and support at their head and that of their understanding. 17. And it was told David, and he gathered all Israel together, and they passed over the Jordan and came upon them and set the battle in array against them. So when David had put the battle in array against the Arameans, they fought with him. And it was told to David, the chosen one, the beloved one, and he gathered all of Israel together, and they crossed over the Jordan, over onto the other side, and they set the battle in array against all these armies of the Arameans. And so when David had finished setting the battle in array, the Arameans and David fought, night 18, and the Arameans fled before Israel, and David slew of the Arameans the men of 7,000 chariots and 40,000 footmen, and killed Shophach, the captain of the host. And these Arameans, they fled before Israel, those exalted ones, they fled before those that contend with the mighty one, and they took off. And we'll find that David slew of the Arameans these men, these 7,000, because that was the perfection. See, in that fulfillment against those chariots, those war machines, and 40,000. See, it's the work of God, even in the law, that 40,000 for the fulfillment against these footmen, these that go on the paths of men. And we'll see they killed Shofar, they killed that which was poured out, that which was spilled, and that's what he represents, that which is spilled. We'll see. They killed him. Because, see, we see they slew the Arameans. And this slew is harag. And what that is to kill. It's to destroy, to murder, to slay. But this word killed, see, that's a slightly different word. That word is moved. And that word means to execute. They executed Shofar. They took his head off, and they took off his understandings. 19, and when the servants of Hadarezer saw they were put to worse before Israel, they made peace with David and served him. Neither would the Arameans help the children of Ammon any more. And these servants of Hadarezer, even that splendor, even that splendor of support, this ornament of support, that references that support. We're going to see this. It's a circle that goes around. See, we're going to find out what that circle that keeps going around is, and we'll see that they made peace with David, and they served him. And neither would the Arameans help the children of Ammon any more. Neither would these children of the Arameans, these exalted ones, these ones of the palaces, would not help the children of the nation. They will cut them off, because we'll find out God was giving victory to his servant. And we're going to continue and pick this up in chapter 20. Turn and return.